everyone, Sandra here. Uh, Danielle and I are doing weekly videos and trying to help other moms co-parent together. But this week we decided we were going to do something a little different. We're going to do two separate videos. She's going to be answering a series of 5 questions as stepmom, and I'm going to be answering the same 5 questions as biomom. So hopefully she doesn't get too mad. Neither of us have seen any of the videos or any of the other person's video that we are posting this time. We won't see them until after they're posted, and then maybe next week, hopefully, if she's not too mad about the answers, we can go over them and we can tell everybody what we thought and tell each other, I guess, what we thought about the answers to the questions. So Danielle came up with the questions, so I guess she can't be too mad, right? Okay, so the first question, sorry, Danielle put them on a piece of paper for me because she's all really good at organizing and planning and laying things out, and I'm pretty good at just following directions. Okay, so the first question, what was your expectation when you met the other? So I think my expectation of the other was to be selfish and mean and not me, I guess you could say. I thought that it was going to be like this overwhelming like feeling of she's trying to take over, and maybe I thought that because that's what like society is. You hear about these evil stepmoms, or I mean even the evil bio moms, like that doesn't ever let the stepmom breathe, or vice versa. So but yeah, so I think that was probably my expectation when I was meeting Danielle, was that she wasn't going to be anything like me, and she's not Jaden's mom, and she can't take over, and she's going to just be selfish and mean and rude, but I couldn't be further from the truth. So the next question is, what was your first impression? Well, my first impression of Danielle was that she was, you could say soft. No, that's not the right word. She was very, I guess, kind, and she wasn't overbearing. She wasn't trying to push her way in there. She wasn't trying to, I guess, like overtake the situation. She didn't do any of that at all. She shook my hand. She smiled. She said, "Hi, I'm Danielle. Nice to meet you." And she was very, I don't really know. Like, she was very genuine. She just seemed very genuine. And I know that it was the first meet, but first impressions do last a very, very long time. And I think after our first meet, that was at the gas station when I was switching days with Jaden's dad, and you would just like expect like the whole jealous, new girl phase, but that wasn't what it was at all. But I think it was a couple, maybe like a week, maybe 2 weeks after that, she had called me. I was sitting in the parking lot. I was getting ready to go into Target, and my phone rang, and it was Jaden's dad's phone number, and I was like, oh gosh, like what now, And it was Danielle, and I'm like, oh God, like what, because I think that was they had her at that time, and I was like, oh well, yeah, I must have done something wrong, and they're I guess I just really didn't know what to think and why she was calling me, but she started the conversation off with, "Hi Sandra, this is Danielle. I kind of just wanted to let you know that, I'm a mom, and I know that you are Jaden's mom, and I don't ever want to replace that." She was we were just kind of going over like what I expected out of her and what she expected out of me, and maybe that was the conversation that we needed in order to grow. I guess you could say grow like we did. Um, she I still have not ever felt like I need to defend myself. I've never felt, even at the first meet, I never felt like I needed to be like, oh well, I'm the ex-wife, or it's never been like that. It's always been like, oh, this is Jaden's mom. It's not, the ex-wife, or, and I think that was probably our biggest movement in the right direction was our first meet, and then her phone call a week or two later. Um, but yeah, so that was my first impression. The next question is your most memorable moment with the other mom. So at the time, it probably wasn't very funny. Now that I look at it, I can't believe and flabbergasted that she would have ever even like that those words would have ever came out of her mouth. But so what had happened was that we were changing our parenting arrangement. Jaden's dad was going out of work for a few days, and so I was going to, or yeah, I was going to have her for a couple more days, and I think her initial thought was that I didn't think that she was good enough to raise Jaden if her dad wasn't there, and instead of just like telling her to knock it off or to why no, I laughed, and I think that probably really hurt her feelings, and it wasn't meant as like I'm laughing at you because you're you're not good enough, or it wasn't anything like that. It was a laugh because those words just came out of your mouth, and we've been doing this for like 3.5 years, and you think that. I mean, it couldn't have been further from the truth. I couldn't have ever chosen anybody better than Danielle to raise my daughter when I'm not there. We both offer Jaden two completely different things. She offers, Jaden more of the, I'm an independent woman, I can do it all by myself, and, if you fall down, get back up, and I'm more of the, oh, come to mommy, I'll help you, and, I'll fix this, and mommy will do it, and mommy will do this, and, I'll kiss your owie, and let's cuddle, and, I'll read you a 5-hour bedtime story, and, I mean, I'm not saying that it's bad. I don't think that the way that I parent is bad either, but I think that it teaches Jaden two completely different things that she's absolutely going to need for when she gets older, and she's going to know that, hey, I can do it on my own, but, if I want my mom's help, I can ask for that too. So, hopefully, that is what she's going to need when she gets older. But kind of got off the topic of the most memorable moment, I guess. But the most memorable moment was, she thought she wasn't good enough, and she absolutely is. So, the next question is, if you could do anything different from the beginning, what would it be? Sorry, totally had a moment there. But if I could have done anything different in the beginning, it would have been to, I guess, not be so judgmental from the start. To let me be able to develop my own opinions of her, without, just developing opinions because of how other people are, I guess you could say, or how other people talk about the others. I know that, there's different situations out there, and I just don't think that maybe I would have been so judgmental from the start. I would have just developed my own conclusions and I mean, I did, but it probably wouldn't have been so hard to swallow the fact that another woman is going to be in her life if I would have just given it the chance to develop, on its own instead of just a pre-existing thought. Um, so the next one is the best piece of advice for a mom who is about to meet dad's new girlfriend. So I think my best piece of advice would have to be just go in it with an open mind and hope for the best. Put your children first, and this isn't about who's with your child's father. It's about your child. It's not. Well, I mean it's about who's with your child's father, because that woman is who's going to be the role model, when you're not there. But it, I guess you could say just the thought of, like, keeping the emotions of that you have toward the father out of it. I can see now how much happier Jaden is, because I openly allow her to love Danielle, and I openly allow her to speak about the awesome things that they do and the awesome things that Danielle teaches her. I just I have always said from the beginning, the more people to love my daughter, the best. And right now we have a huge, huge family, and sometimes even Danielle's kids call me the other, and I think it's wonderful. I mean, Jaden has, you know, two moms, two dads. She has two brothers. She has two sisters, and then one baby sister on the way with from Danielle. And I think that the reason why Jaden is so happy is because I don't hate on her relationship that she's allowed. I mean, she's absolutely allowed to have a relationship with Danielle, and without me saying no, that's not your mom, or no, you can't do this, or you can't love her and stuff like that. So that would have to be my best piece of advice, is just to openly allow your children to love. So, but hopefully next week we'll get together and we'll go over our thoughts. Hopefully none of this makes Danielle mad or doesn't make her cry because she's hormonal. So, well, okay. Well, thanks, guys, and we'll see you next week. Bye.